Hey everyone, and welcome back to another eShop Deals video, where each and every week we go through the Nintendo Switch eShop and we pick out some of the best games currently on sale. I've got a great list for you this week with a lot of games making their first ever appearance on the series. Now just before we jump into those, a quick reminder in case you're new here to the channel, about halfway through the video I'll be giving away a $10 eShop gift card. If you want to participate in those giveaways, all you need to do is be subscribed to the channel and drop a comment down below. You then check out the next eShop Deals video to see if you won. Also, if you're looking to pick up some eShop credit for yourself, we now have an affiliate site called mapleshop.gg where you can pick up gift cards for Nintendo or Xbox. If you currently use code FEB5, you can get 5% off of your purchases, so you're saving a little bit of extra money and you're helping out the channel at the same time. And don't forget, if you reach the end of the video and you're still looking for other great deals, I'll always be linking down below last week's eShop Deals video as well as the latest under $5 list. Most of those deals are still running today and I just don't repeat them 2 videos in a row. Now let's get to those deals, and don't forget, if you are liking the video, hit that like button. Now our first game for today is making a first ever appearance on this series, and that is Disgaea 6, that is at a brand new low of 50% off $29.99, and this one will be running till February 13th. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Disgaea, it is a very long-running turn-based strategy RPG series. Now, what really differentiates Disgaea from other strategy RPGs out here is that you play characters that would be normally considered probably the bad guys. Most of them being demons or other denizens of hell. In this particular entry, you're playing a zombie. It also has some beautiful anime-inspired visuals and some really great cutscenes filled with humor. Another mainstay of this series is that eventually your attacks will really become over-the-top affairs, with damage ranging in the thousands. I do also want to mention that the other entries in the Disgaea series are currently on sale as well, at slightly under $20. However, those weren't brand new lows, they were returning prices. However, if you've never played an entry in the series, you might want to pick one of those other ones up first, because this 6th entry, although it is a really fun playthrough, is not the strongest in storyline. However, for fans of the series, at now 50% off, I would say it's definitely worth a playthrough. Lastly, if you're still on the fence about it, it also is offering a free downloadable demo. Now our next game for today is going to be Coromon, that is also at a brand new low, 40% off $11.99, and this one will be running till February 16th. Now there's no hiding it, Coromon is very much a game that is emulating the style from the classic Pokemon games. I would say most closely resembling those from the Game Boy Advanced era. Now if you've never played a Pokemon game before, the basic setup is this. It's a JRPG where you'll be catching various monsters and using them to battle your way through your adventure. Where Coromon, however, is a much different affair is that number one, the storyline takes a much more serious tone. You're not just a trainer on a random adventure to become the world's greatest trainer, you're actually setting out to save the world. Secondly, the gameplay here is much more challenging. This isn't a game where you'll just be smacking the A button repeatedly. You'll have to think about your moves and use strategy to win all the battles. Item management is also a very important point here. You have to make sure you're stocked up with potions because, as I said, this game is no pushover. But already at $20, this game was a great pickup. So today at $11.99, if you're a fan of JRPGs, of Pokemon, or you just want to try something new, this can be a great pickup. Now our next game is making a first ever appearance on eShop Deals, although we've actually done a live stream of it, and that is Lil Gator Game, that is now 30% off $13.99 and will be running till February 14th. Now the basic gameplay here is that of a 3D action platformer. However, rather than focusing on challenging gameplay, this one really focuses on an awesome storyline. And it's all about making you feel like a kid again, and how the world looks different to you when you're looking through those goggles. The basic premise is that Little Gator's sister is on a visit for the first time in a long time from her schoolwork, and he wants her to play with him. Unfortunately, she's so wrapped up in adult affairs that she really doesn't have the time, so he decides to make the best playground ever so that she cannot refuse the invitation. Now, I also fully reviewed this game on the channel, so if you do want more information, I do suggest checking it out. But what's most important is this is a game that you're going to pick up, as I said earlier, not for the gameplay, but truly for the experience. I was very excited for the first time this game would receive a discount since I played it, so I could share it with all of you once again. Now it's time to take a quick break and announce today's winner of the $10 eShop gift card. And our winner for today is going to be Martin RC80, who said, "Guacamelee is such a great game." And you know what, Martin? I agree fully with you. Guacamelee really is a great game, especially when you're picking it up for only $3.74. So now all you need to do to claim your $10 eShop gift card is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below. So now if we jump straight back into our deals, I have another brand new one to the series that is also at a brand new lowest ever price, Okinawa Rush, that is now 60% off, $7.99, and running till February 20th. Now this game is quite a mashup of genres. At its base, I would say it is an action platformer, but the number of enemies you confront and the way you have to dispatch them almost feels like a beat 'em up in some occasions. And lastly, the inputs you're going to be using for your special moves feel like fighting game inputs. And all this is put together in beautiful pixel art with a great soundtrack and a storyline all about avenging your family. Now, I do want to warn here, however, once again, that this is a very challenging game. However, at the same time, when you finally get a hang of the combat mechanics, the game flow becomes really satisfying. And I've actually had this game for a little while, and that's what was holding me back from jumping in, because getting used to those basic gameplay mechanics does take a little bit of time. The good news, however, is there's also a free downloadable demo for this one on the eShop, so you can always try it out before you jump in. Now, our next game for today is not only a new one to the series, it is also a pretty recent release on the Switch, and that is the Pathless, that is at a brand new low of 20% off, $31.99, and this one running till February 16th. On top of it, this game is going to be my pick of the week. Now, this game is a 3D action-adventure game with a very unique gameplay style. You are basically playing as a master of archery accompanied by his eagle that has to venture through a gigantic forest in hopes of lifting a curse. But what's very unique about the gameplay here is your archery skills aren't based around aiming, but rather timing with an auto-lock system. Now, this creates an amazing movement system throughout the game that really flows effortlessly. And once you get a hang of the basic game flow mechanics, that doesn't take all that long. It is extremely satisfying. And one of the definite high points of this game are the boss fights that are truly epic in nature. This is also a game that few people thought could be ported to the Switch successfully. However, I'm happy to say that it runs extremely smoothly, whether in dock mode or handheld mode. And this is definitely, in my opinion, one of the hidden gem releases of early 2023. So if you're looking for a great new game for this week, check out the Pathless. And now our next great deal for today is going to be Prinny 1 and 2 Exploded and Reloaded that are also at a brand new low of 50% off, $16.99, and this one running till February 13th. Now this is an offshoot of the Disgaea series, however, rather than a strategy RPG, this is an action 2D platformer. And you are playing as the most basic character of the Disgaea series, the often unnamed Prinny. Now, first of all, I just want to be clear, these are games that have been ported over from the PSP, however, they've been remastered in HD for the Switch and actually look really good. These are also a couple of action platformers that do offer a decent level of challenge. It is not a total casual playthrough. And although you start out the game with 1,000 lives, those will be lost faster than you would actually think. Now, I was super excited when I learned that these games would be remastered and launched on the Switch. However, the one downside about it is I found that the release price point was a little high for these older games, which is why I was really waiting till today to talk about them when they finally got a massive 50% discount. And if you pick up the bundle for both these games together at $17, I feel they make a lot of sense. So if you're into challenging 2D action platforming with a good comical storyline behind it, check out Prinny 1 and 2. There can be a great pickup for this week. So now it's time for this week's Sizzle Reel of Deals with some other great games to consider for this week. So we're at the end of another eShop deals video, and now I really want to hear from all of you. Let me know what games you're picking up in the comments down below. Also, I really want to thank my channel supporters. Their monthly support is so appreciated, and if ever you want to become a member yourself, check out the join button down below. And don't forget, on the way out, if you did like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and click on that notification bell so you know when all my future videos come out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.